Hello, beautiful manifestors. It's Olivia Grace, and I'm back with another video for you guys. Today, I'm talking about how you can get that manifestation that you maybe have not been able to manifest. You know manifestation works. You've used it for countless things, but there's just this specific thing that you are not able to manifest. And so I have a few tips on how to actually manifest that, because we know that we are manifesting at all times. So there's no reason for you to not be able to manifest something, and it may be one of these little things that are going on that it's keeping it from you. All right, so let's get into it. So first of all, you want to check your story. What is your story around manifestation? And I'll use my own experience with this. Before, like I tell you guys, I had a lot of big problems with manifesting money. And right out the gate, as soon as I learned to manifest, I was a great manifestor. I could manifest cars, jobs, all these other things. But when it came to money, I really struggled. And because of that, I would be late on my bills all the time. Like, all of my bills were always late and behind. And I remember just being aware one day of myself planning for my bills to be late. I hadn't come up to the point where I needed to pay my bills yet, but I was already planning for, okay, I know I'm not going to be able to pay this on the first. I know I'm not going to be able to pay rent on the first. So, and I kind of stopped right there. And I said, wait, I'm telling myself that I'm not going to be able to pay this. This is the reason why every month I pay my bills late. I'm already planning for me to pay my bills late, not even realizing that I'm creating that into my life. And so this brings me to my next tip, which is to discover your blocks. When I realized that, wait, my story is that I am always paying my bills late, I then realized that I have a blockage there. I have a money block, which is that I don't have enough. That was my big money block. This is something that you can discover for yourself. Look back at what you've heard during childhood. Just look at what is your reason. When you think about your big manifestation, what's the reason you can't have it? And whatever that reason is, that's your block. Because the reason that you have is not the reason that you can't have it. It's just the reason that you're telling yourself. It's the story that you're telling yourself. It's the block. So that is the reason. Once you can move those and eradicate those, then you can easily and effortlessly allow your manifestation in. But as long as you're coming from a mind frame of, well, I can't have this, where mine was, I can't pay my bills on time because I never have enough money, then there's no way for me to pay my bills on time. There's no way for me to manifest money if there's never enough. Think about how opposite it is from being able to manifest money, right? So if you're knowing that you can create everything inside your mind into your reality, how can there ever really be a lack of anything, right? But if you're telling yourself, hi, Kayla, it's good to see you guys. I love when you guys pop in while I'm live, and feel free to ask questions, guys, since you're on while I'm on. But yeah, so if I'm telling myself that there's never enough, then how can that's so completely opposite to an infinite source, that there's an infinite source of abundance, that money can flow to you endlessly, that money literally comes out of your mind. Just like everything else that you manifest, everything else that you affirm, money is the same thing. So in whatever you're trying to manifest, a house, a partner, whatever it is, like, all these things come from your mind. So we believe the stories that we tell ourselves because we are so powerful, because we are creating our own simulation of sorts. And we say, well, this is true. I can't do that because look at my life. But this is only reflecting back to you, one, your story, and it's only that because of your block. So when you can become aware of these things, then you can let these things go and just kind of reverse them and realize that, oh, this is just the way that it is because I've been saying that. I just need to say something different. I need to be able to believe something different, and that will be what it is instead. So the last thing that I want to tell you as a tip is to think thoughts that feel good around your subject, or don't think them at all. So when you're visualizing let's say you're manifesting a house. When you're visualizing your house, if you feel good, if you're feeling elated, if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, it's coming, it makes you feel closer to your goal, then that's a good thing to do. Now, if when you're visualizing, you're feeling lack, you're feeling like, damn, I'm noticing that I'm not actually, one second, guys. I'm noticing that I don't actually have this. So now I'm feeling lack. Now I'm feeling bad. Now I'm feeling like, is this actually going to work? Then it's not a good thing to do. And that's how you want to decide how to manifest, guys. It's what is the feeling it's inspiring, right? Because the techniques that we use to manifest is not what actually manifests whatever the thing is. It is the feeling that it inspires. It's the state, which I'm going to make a video about that as well, getting into a certain state, and that is what actually manifests the manifestation. So a lot of the times as manifestors, we'll do all kinds, there's so many techniques. I always say that there's so many different things that you can do that everybody says is the best thing to do. But truthfully, the best thing to do is what feels good to you. What makes you feel like you have your manifestation. That is like a step above, oh, it's possible. It's possible is one step, then there's it's coming, right? And then there's it's here. And it's here, and these are states, you guys. There's, of course, we all know the state of lack. I can't have it. Oh, that's too much. Oh, I don't see how the universe can do that, so it must not be happening. Then you move from that state into it's possible. It's possible for me to have this. Other people have done it. I can have it too. Then you move it to it's coming. Not only is it possible, but I believe it's actually happening for me. It's actually happening for me. And then you move from it's actually happening to me to it's here. And when you come into that state of it's here, everything else is kind of natural, where they say, oh, affirm gratitude for your manifestation before it comes. When you know that it's here, you can affirm gratitude for your manifestation because you believe it's here. When, they say just be in a good mood and, just be okay with everything, kind of go with the flow, allow it. You can already do that because you're feeling good, because you're in the state of it's here. When they say act as if the person that has the money, act as if the person that's about to move. If you're trying to manifest a house, you should be packing boxes. You should be looking for moving companies. You should be adding up all your expenses that you're going to have in an excited fashion. Now, again, if you do that and it makes you feel anxious and it makes you feel like, oh shit, like I don't have the house yet, it's not a good thing to do. But if it inspires you and makes you feel like you believe it more, then that's something you should do. And that's all it really is, you guys. So that's really what I have for you. Really the overlaying belief is that anything is possible. Not only is it possible, but it's possible for you. And the only thing that reality is showing you is not what's true. Nothing is true per se, universally. Things are only true to you because that's what you believe. So your reality can do nothing but reflect that back to you. The moment that you decide to change, and that's a powerful thing, you guys, to decide, I no longer am being this person. In that moment where I used to struggle with my bills, I decided I'm no longer going to be a person that struggles to pay my bills every month. And y'all, I have not been late on my bills since then. That moment, that was actually this time last year where I remember it was January, and I remember telling myself, okay, I'm about to have to pay this late. And then I said, wait, why would I tell myself that? Why don't I just say I pay all my bills on time easily? And since then, I've always paid my bills on time because I moved my state from somebody that can't pay their bills on time to somebody that can, period. And so my reality reflected that. Nothing changed. My job didn't change. My income didn't change. Everything just switched me into that state of this is easy for me to do. This is something, people pay bills on time all the time. Why can't I? Check your story. Find your blocks. Your blocks are within your story. What's the reason? Ask yourself right now, how come I can't have my manifestation? That answer that comes up is not the truth. It's a block. And switch that block to something. How come I can't pay my bills on time? Oh, because I never have enough money. There's never enough actually money's always flowing to me. I always have more than enough to pay my bills and to have fun doing things afterwards. All right. And the last thing is you want to think good thoughts or don't think them at all. If you can't feel good about your manifestation, but you're obsessing over it, which we tend to do when we really need something, again, coming from a state of need is going to manifest more need. But if you can't feel good about thinking your manifestation, if you can't feel good about doing whatever process you do, don't do it. It's better for you to completely release it. The universe heard you the first time, the second, the third, the 20th time that you told it what you want. Release it and focus on something that does allow your vibration to rise and does put you in the receptive mode. All right, so that's what I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, share. If you feel like this information can help someone else, I do offer one-on-one coaching. If you're interested, I will post a link in the description. And yeah, invite your friends to the group, guys. And I'll be sharing this. If you're not in my group, then I'll post a link for that as well, so you can join in and learn about manifesting, learn about how to master manifestation. I'm all about making it easy, effortless, and fun. So you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll talk to you in the next video.